What's up, YouTube? Happy Wednesday, CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football, and today is going to be a little long because I am going to do an in-depth look at the new King of the Board promo, and honestly, guys, I want you to pay close attention because this promo is an amazing coin-making opportunity. So I know I normally just do coaching, and that's the main focus of the channel, but this is such a good coin-making opportunity that I really need to do a deep dive into this. And if you don't want to make coins, it's also a really great opportunity for you to build up your stock of game plans so that you can do things like live counter. So let's take a look at the promo itself. The big reward, if you were to get it, and it does not appear grindable as a free-to-play player without spending coins, is a 120 overall Antonio Brown that gives +1 awareness to the squad and -3% neutralizer boost to the entire, against all play types. And when we look at the card, honestly, the strength is almost an insult. 74 strength on a 120 overall player. And I'm going to be honest, I told you, you can't grind this card as a free-to-play without spending coins. So I'm not going to be going for this card. However, there is something that I am going to go, and realistically, you can absolutely grind 115 overall with a +1 boost and -3% to all plays. So you'll have to pick which one. If you're up 24 hours a day, you may even be able to grind 2. It might be mathematically possible. But let's take a look at the promo. Okay, so we're going to start looking at the overview and what it says here. So basically, you're going to play these King of the Board live events, and you'll earn strategy pages and game plans. You can trade in a gold player and a gold game plan to get one of these 90 overall pawns. You then trade in a 90 overall pawn, a silver game plan, and a gold game plan to get a 95 advanced pawn. You're then going to trade in an advanced pawn plus strategy books, a number of strategy books to get a 105. And let's take a look at the actual sets. Or actually, you know what? We'll start at rewards, then we'll look at the sets. So basically, you've got 3 115 overalls to choose from. I personally am going to be going for this Evan Ingram. So previously, 115 overall players could not be cut, and I've been pretty adamant about not training players that can't be cut to resell them later on. However, Slay actually posted a screenshot because he's already got this 115 overall Evan Ingram, and it was cuttable. So I'm actually going to go for this Evan Ingram. He gives +1 agility to the squad, -3% to all plays, and I think he's going to make a great slot receiver for me. So I'm going to be going for him. The Leonard Fournette, I'm already good at running back, so I'm not going to be going for him, but if you wanted to get him, if you're just a Leonard Fournette fan, definitely an option. The other, it's an offensive tackle, but he's got pretty decent stats. He's got the neutralizer boost and gives us strength. So Rick Wagner, I would say if you could, pick one, I would probably go for Evan Ingram or Rick Wagner. So here's how it's going to work, guys. First off, let's take a look at the sets and go in detail to what it takes. Okay, so I talked about these. You put in 1 gold player, 1 gold game plan, you get the 90 overall pawn. You then put in a 90 overall pawn, a silver game plan, and a gold game plan to get the 95 advanced pawn. And then you get 250 of these strategy pages to get your selection of a strategy book. Okay, and here's what you're going to need. So, I've already started going down the path of Evan Ingram. I got my advanced pawn and 2 strategy books. Okay, so you're going to need 2 strategy books there. Then you put your 105 along with 3 strategy books, so we're up to 5 total strategy books here, and you're going to be able to get the 110. You then put the 110 and 7 more, so a total of 12 strategy books of the same type to get one of the 115 overall masters. Okay, and then that 115 overall master will actually get you, if you're not going for Antonio Brown, it'll get you a free elite game plan. Now, here is how you can make a ton of coins from this promo. Okay, first off, for this one, if you truly didn't want the players. Okay, you didn't want any of the players. All of the strategy books that you get from grinding, you could technically turn those in for game plans. Okay, or if you wanted to go, and I do not recommend doing this set at all, where you trade in an elite game plan and get to select a strategy book. I mean, you need 12 to get one of the 115s. That would be 12 elite game plans, which go for around like 250,000 coins each. Way overpriced. Do not complete this set under any circumstances. However, what you are going to notice when you start grinding these live events, because that's really all that is in the promo itself. But when you start grinding these live events, you are going to get a ton of game plans. Bronzes, silvers, and I even got a gold from a live event. So make sure to do these. So when you do them once, and you don't want to grind it over and over, but you get a first win pack. So the first one that you get, and if you were to keep grinding it, it's only like 4 or 5 of those things that'll get you a strategy book. Not worth it, but make sure to do each one of these one time, because you're going to get somewhere between 1 to 3 game plans ranging from bronzes all the way up to potentially golds. Bronzes and silvers are going to be most common, but what you can then do is, if you're trying to build your game plan stack, is you can go into the set, trade in your bronzes for silvers, your silvers for golds. If you get good golds that you need, or are good golds that are valuable, you can sell those. If you get bad golds that are not worth a lot, you can trade those in for elite game plans and then potentially sell the elite game plans. But you are going to get a ton of game plans. So if your game plan is lacking, this is the promo that, if you're not trying to make coins from it, you're going to be able to build up your game plan massively. If you were trying to make coins from it, do these events, because you got to think, a bronze game plan should easily sell, even if it sells for 1,000 coins. Most of the time they sell for like 2,000 coins, but even if they sold for 1,000 coins, that's almost 3,000 coins for doing a 100 stamina live event. Now, I personally, because unlike the prior one, and you saw I may have complained about the stamina reducer, this one will give you 5 stamina reducers that you can buy in the store for 150 Madden cash each. So 750 Madden cash will cut these events, and it applies to all events from 100 stamina down to 50 stamina. And I think for me, that was worth doing. And I normally don't buy the Blitz event, but I'll be honest, I really liked the logo, the crown with the MVP, and it's kind of shining with gold. I liked it, so I spent 1,000 Madden cash that I had saved from, you know, head-to-head and everything else that they give you free Madden cash for. I sent it because I really like the logo. I wanted the logo. You don't have to buy it, but if you do buy it, it will give you more chances to get game plans, so it will make you some coins back as well. Couple other things that you want to do. Make sure, so pick your one player if you're going to grind for that 115 and grind. Pick your one and try to get as many of the strategy cards for that particular one. However, let's look at the achievements, okay? So when we look here at the achievements, you'll see that I already did this one here. The King of the Board Victory Pack for doing the 3rd live event in the Knight Chain. So each day, you can only choose Rook, Knight, or Bishop. So I'm going to be doing the Knight live event over and over. However, you want to get all of the victory packs. So make sure, do your league survival 5 times in the 7 days that this thing is up, and then do your 50 head-to-head drives. That's going to get you another King of the Board victory pack. And then make sure one day, so if you're doing the Knight, like me, to get Evan Ingram, make sure one of the 7 days that you use it to do all 3 rooks, and one day to do all 3 bishops. So you'll do 5 days at one of them, 1 day of each of the others, so that you get these King of the Board victory packs. And that will get you more stuff for free. So this promo, honestly, I'm underwhelmed at the Antonio Brown. The 115, since they made them cuttable, I actually like that. However, the Antonio Brown, 1, you can't grind it for free. And 2, just not really all that impressive. But this should be a killer coin opportunity, guys, because you are going to get a ton of game plans. A ton of game plans. And using that trade-in set. turn your bronzes into silvers, your silvers into golds. If you get good golds that you need, keep them. If you've already got a great game plan, sell the good golds, take the bad golds, turn them into elites, and sell the elites. Realistically, I can see you making over 1 million coins for free just grinding this promo. Plus, picking up a 115 overall player that gives a +1 boost to the squad and -3% neutralizer boost to all play types. So while I'm not really thrilled with the players themselves, other than that Evan Ingram and the tackle is okay, but the Antonio Brown, I think EA probably needs to fix that, because 74 strength on a 120 overall receiver, plus the fact that he's not tall, I just don't see a bunch of people that are really going to want that. But guys, hit it early, make your coins, grab yourself a 115 overall for free, and as one final thing before we hop into the coaching today, we're going to go ahead and look. So I was wrong. It ended up not being the movers. And when we look here, it just says King of the Board Tournament Pack for all of those, and then the Advanced Pawn. As I said, you'll get a free Advanced Pawn, so you won't even need to trade in a gold and a gold game plan to get the pawn, and then the pawn, a gold, and a silver game plan to get the Advanced Pawn. If you're only going for the one, don't bother doing those. Do this tournament, get to tier 5. But we got to go in here to look at the rules to see what's actually in these packs. So for tier 1, you're going to get 25 of those King of the Board strategy pages. Tier 2, you're going to get 50. Tier 3, 75. So you're up to 150. And tier 4, 100. So between the first 4 tiers, that's going to basically get you one strategy book. 250 strategy pages, plus the 95 overall Advanced Pawn player. So basically by doing just this tournament and a tiny little bit of grinding, basically 1 day of grinding to get your strategy book for the desired player, you can get 105 overall. And that's your start. So you don't need to use any of your game plans if you're only going for the one. And if your goal is to just get your 115 overall and make as many coins as possible, don't do those. Just do this weekend tournament, get your 15 wins, grab the strategy book. And honestly, when I look at the rewards, I'm probably going to skip that 50 strategy book one and grab the Madden cash. And I may even skip the 100 and grab the 125,000 coins, because all of that's only going to get you one strategy book if you do that. So I think from a standpoint of building things up, I'm going to take the coins, the cash, and the rest of them, I'm going to go with those. And since I've already got the Advanced Pawn, I'm probably just going to take the gamble, depending on what they're actually selling for the Advanced Pawns. I'm going to look at that, and I may actually take that Madden Mint box, since that carries the 4 Madden Mint proof coins. So guys, go get that money. That's kind of this really long intro, but I wanted to give a deep, deep dive into this promo. Welcome to all the new subscribers, by the way. We're going to get into some coaching in just a minute. However, if you're new here, I'm going to pitch it early. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. When we hit 5K, I am doing an absolutely insane challenge. And I'm going to have a contest with that as well that I'm going to announce when we get closer. But at 5K subs, you can check out yesterday's video. And it is a crazy, crazy challenge. By far, the most difficult challenge ever done by any YouTuber in Madden Mobile, hands down. Let's go ahead and hop into some coaching. All right, guys, we're going up against rank number 324. We had an absolutely incredible game yesterday, averaging over 7.3 points per drive. We scored 78 out of 81 touchdowns. Just an absolutely incredible match for us as a league yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and kick this one off. I'm going up against a 117 overall defense, and we'll see if we can just continue the momentum that we had from yesterday, since I am still in this contest. We're going to start it off with trips corner strike. We're up against a 4-3 zone, so basically, simple read here. You're going to watch the cornerback who's covering wide receiver 1. If he drops into the flat, you go deep to wide receiver 1. If he drops back, you go to the slot in the flat. So here we go. The slot is covered, so we're going to go deep to Evans. We hit him wide open. Unfortunately, no room to make a gator walk going, but we got a big gain, sets up a 1st and 10. We're going to go bunch PA, pin deep. And on this one, we've got a 4-3 zone as well. Once again, the same read that we're watching is that corner who's lined up in front of wide receiver 1. If he drops into the flat, we're going to go deep with a bullet to wide receiver 1. If he drops back, we're going to go to the tight end in the flat. So here we go. He drops into the flat, so we're going to go deep to wide receiver 1. And unfortunately, Mike Evans can't hang on to the ball with that super loss. So it sets up a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 10. We're going to go trips, empty trips stick. We have man coverage. We know that because the corner took a tiny little step right when we lined up. This is an opportunity to take a free scramble. So here we go. We set our blocks and just walk out, cross that line of scrimmage, and Baker Mayfield is going to take off, setting up another 1st down. So we'll keep moving down the field. We are going to go with strong eye PA slide here. This is actually counter formation, but basically what you're going to look to do is you're going to look at your 2 reads, the deep drag route to the tight end and the fullback in the flat. One of them should get wide open. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and run it. The flat is covered, so we hit the tight end deep, and we are up close to the goal line, so we're going to check the suggested play to see where we are. We're right at the 5. That's going to give us goal line coverage. So I'm actually going to start out with weak eye triple post here. And on weak eye triple post, you basically take a step or 2 back and then gun it to your tight end. Unfortunately, he does not hang on to the ball there, so it sets up a 2nd and goal, and we're going to go back to old reliable. Fullback flare against goal line coverage. It's broken coverage. If you flip it, you just hit your fullback and should walk in for a nice, easy touchdown, which we do. So here we go. We're going to go with bunch spacing since we do have our scramble. It's counter formation. Thankfully, it's not countered, so we just loop around, and we're in for our first 8 points on the day. We'll go ahead and speed this thing up. So that way we can get right into drive number 2 and continue the coaching here. So this one, he kicks it, landing at about the 6-yard line. We take that. We're up to about the 22, 23-yard line. And we're going to stick with the same script, guys. Trips, corner, strike. All right, now we've got this double wide man coverage. And on this particular coverage, it's one of my least favorite coverages. However, you can have some opportunities potentially to bomb it to the tight end. Can be a little risky. Wide receiver 2 can sometimes get open, so we're just going to let this one go. And I was waiting to try and get the tight end deep, but the separation wasn't there, so I ended up taking a big sack. Should have thrown it away. Here we go, empty trip stick. We've got zone coverage since those corners did not take a step. And against zone coverage, I like to go to the running back on that little slant in, which we get. And we take that up, setting up a 3rd and 7, which is quite manageable. So we're going to have to test a new play here. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. We're just going to go motion cross here. We've got zone coverage. It is the new play, but motion cross, since we're on the right hash. Against zone coverage, you have a couple of options. One option, which is if you needed a lot of yards, is to go to wide receiver 2 on that crossing route. Sometimes he's guarded and you have to take the dump off to the running back. But if it's a short situation like this where you only need 7 yards, you'll see that, well, if you have your scramble button, you set your blocks, and it's a nice, easy scramble to pick that up. Hug the sideline if you've got a fast quarterback, and you can get some decent yards there. Here we go, 1st and 10. We're going to go weak eye double counter. It's just a run to the left where you follow your blocks. Unfortunately, the block shed of the defensive line came through, hit us in the backfield. Here we're going to go bunch dive. We're going to make the read right now, right when you take the handoff. You could either go up the middle or you can cut to the left. What I see here, I'm going to take that to the left, try to go up the hole. Unfortunately, it closed really quick because the guy shed his block. So it sets up a 3rd, and what are we at? 3rd and about 7. So I'm checking the script here, and I wanted empty trips stick, but it was not ready yet. So I'm actually going to go trips corner strike because it was ready in the rotation. It's not my favorite play on outside of 1st down, but since I know it's not countered, I'm going to take it here. So we watch the same routes develop. The flat is covered, so we're going to go deep to Evans. Thankfully, he does hang onto the ball, and with that super win, we are all the way in for our 2nd touchdown on the day, and we're going to use toss because we did use our scramble. It is countered. Thankfully, this play is counter breakable as long as you get the right blocks, which we do, and we're in, sitting on 16 for the day. So we're going to speed it up one more time, hop right into our 3rd and final drive, see if we can finish strong. And this one comes on in there. We take it, we're up to about the 20, 21 yard line, and we're going to start it the same way. Trips corner strike. Now here we go. We actually have a blitz coming in. When you see the strong safety cut up to the slot receiver, pre-stat cap removal, I would just snap it quickly and gun it to the slot. Since they've removed the speed cap, now the best thing to do is hit wide receiver 2 right after he makes that little turnaround. Unfortunately, he couldn't hang on to it, so it sets up a 2nd and 10. Empty trips stick. We've got man coverage because we saw that corner take a little stutter step, so we know we're going to take the free scramble. So here we go. We let it go. We got a good block, going to go wide. And look at this. With nothing there, since everything goes to the left, a huge house run with Baker Mayfield. We did conserve our scramble since we took the free scramble, so we're going to go bunch spacing. Once again, it's not countered, and with that quickness, we are in for a perfect 24 points on the day. So I'm still in the contest, still trying to win it. Hopefully I win the $50 in Madden cash to boost up the squad, but we'll go ahead and stop it there. If you like this video or what I'm trying to do here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. 1, you'll get to see me get tortured in one of my streams with the craziest challenge ever. And 2, you'll get daily strategy content where I'm walking you through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how I'm reading the defenses, how I'm making decisions, and ultimately just trying to teach you guys smart play calling. And if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I love you guys. You are the best audience ever. I hope you make a ton of coins this promo. I know I will be grinding to make a ton of coins. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.